Hey, Blades, and welcome. So, this is The Sinking City, the new upcoming horror game that just came out not too yesterday, actually, to be more precise. Uh, Said I was going to start my Horror Wednesday with a stream of The Sinking City, a series that we're going to start next month, a little bit more hardcore. But here we are. We're going to go ahead and get into a new title as we get to enjoy the little Cthulhu theme that's been going around lately. So, new game. Yeah, I don't care about that. Alright, so, dear Mr. Charles Reed, I think is how his first name is pronounced. As you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont. Mass, it turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmont, hunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning, the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Kortz von der Berg, I believe is how that's pronounced. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, look at that trippy guy. This is a H.P. Lovecraft themed game, for those that know about his lore a little bit. Ooh. Giant maw. H.P. Lovecraft is very inspired by Cthulhu in a lot of ways, and Eldritch beings. Definitely one of my favorite authors. Coil springs and shell casings. So there is a crafting dynamic in this game.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Oh yeah, we're gonna use it. This is the same thing I just read on the loading screen, for those that are curious. Folding camera. do it right? Okay, I saw the borders. You had to get in a white border for it to be accurate.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Oakmont Monolith National Park is waiting for you. Is that because it's sunken? It's sunken into the dips. Sorry, something in my throat today. Don't know why.
Now get out!
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet Miss Vanderberg. At your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me your Highness. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Nice suit.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Indeed you are.
We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
I gotta say, I already really like the look of this game. That's grotesque. Giant dead octopus on the dock. because I think this is actually set in the 1700s, maybe 1800s, maybe even 1900s. It's kind of hard to tell. Somewhere around that range, though, I bet. Oh man, that shark got beat up. He definitely stand out.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
This dude has some interesting appearances there. He can't even talk about it.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
His fangs is like part monkey or something. Kind of weird.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria.
Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees?
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane? Did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
So this is the fisherman's house, so to the left. There's a beach. I see the icon.
Where's your Oberon, huh, Titania?
Nice. More people. Albert has a will, huh? I hope someone finds this. My name is Albert Throgmorton. I think that's how you say that. And this is my will. I want to warn you, don't go to the depths below Oakmont. There's unreadable. We should have never done that. Everything should have remained in that cave. Professor, I fear what will become of me. It's singing in my brain, dancing on my eyelids. Every time I close my eyes, the cycle goes on and on and on and on and on and on. In the end, it comes. I must warn everyone. I must tell my father he's here. That's very foreboding. So whatever it is, he can't even write about it. Or write what it is.
Something with this helmet gives me chills. What's wrong with it?
Oh, whoa, we can go in the water. It's kind of cool.
Can't catch a mackerel since those Innsmouthers took over the fishing business.
You like it here, newcomer? Well, get used to it. No one leaves Oakmont nowadays.
So there's a magnifying glass over here for some reason. I think it's just my cabin.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer, and keep your hands where I can see them.
I've said everything I know.
Have you now? Alright, so you just walk into the door.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
That's kind of depressing. So yeah, those that don't know about the series too well, it is a PI game, so it might have some slow bits, but I'm sure it picks up later on, I would imagine at least.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. Choo-choo. Ahem.
Yeah.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Whoa, what the?
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
That was weird, like I had a weird vision.
Grenna, Nechri, Grenna, Gebhal, Nugulina.
What?
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Yeah, there was nothing on the back end.
5 cards short of a full house.
Okay, I guess we talked to this dude.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay, my head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
That sounds familiar. Who's this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay, have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, Detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
New Mind Palace. Reconstruction. Recognition. Ugh. Allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Okay. Did I step into it?
Yeah, run!
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
So it's just as simple as one.
What?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Key evidence collected. That was pretty cool. I like that feature.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer.
I've said everything
Keep your
I know.
hands where I can see them.
Mind Palace. Oh, here's the map. Oh, okay. So green means all evidence collected. Gotcha. Alright. Albert attacked the fisherman. Albert attacked the fisherman at their house as soon as he regained consciousness. Lewis shot without warning. Behaved strangely after returning from the sea. He was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. One fisherman is missing. There were 3 fishermen in the house when Albert woke up, but I found only 2 of them. So he returned. That's not even part of it. The fisherman suffered a sudden psychotic outbreak after Albert regained consciousness. Oh, okay, so those are off the board now. So next would be the fisherman at their house as soon as he regained consciousness. Attacked the fisherman at their house as soon as he regained consciousness. There were 3. As it ends, Mather Lewis and his people suffered at the hands of Thormontans. That could be a reason to hate. And tracked down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using the supernatural sense. Mind's eye can reveal omens that guide your way. Follow them to find new evidence. Alright. That way, huh?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
This is definitely trippy.
There's something in the pocket.
Right. Lewis, please, just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest, Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Can't go up there. I keep forgetting I have to hold the button for this. Gunpowder! Stairs you can't even access. It's kind of goofy. Padlocks. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot or a melee attack. That's obvious. Oh, it's a conveyor belt. That makes sense now. What the?
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Duh. Alright, so... excuse me. Mine Palace. Owner of a local bar in the port owes Lewis Flint money. A fisherman who probably killed Albert left the site of the murder. Lewis pursued Albert. Murdered? Yeah. Lewis killed Albert, may be hiding in the bar. Excuse me. So I have to deduce where his bar is, huh? So far I'm really liking this. Under the keel bar. Oh wow, I found it. I think.
Got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. Oh, yeah. Hey.
How do you craft in here anyway? Ooh, it has skills. Look at that.
Got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
No, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
All right, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars circled by the dead. A race from one to the next as time itself laughs.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Tempting fate. Interesting. God, something really stuck in my throat today.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Drock. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. but save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. Bye.
That was kind of cool. I got to actually choose what we were going to say. I would bet the other path wouldn't have worked so well.
What the? Get them! Oh!
What?
Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Throg. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Why do you look like that? That's horrible.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Wanna spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
So Innsmouthers are like part Croatoan, which are just fish people? It's definitely interesting.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters who control most of the city's underworld, The Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
Killed him with no memory of it. Problem is if we told the Throgmorton, from what I'm understanding, he'd probably go kill like every fish person.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business.
Here you are, Mr. Reed.
All evidence collected. Apparently there's some evidence there that I missed. Lewis is aware of his actions. Lewis was aware of what he was doing during the fight with Albert. Lewis was mentally affected and couldn't entirely control his actions. Maybe that. There's still something missing. Lewis was under a mental influence. Lewis killed Albert while under some sort of mental influence. He couldn't control his actions and thus can't be blamed for Albert's death. I could try and cover for him, or else Robert will have his head. I definitely enjoy the fact the game gives you choices. That's definitely pretty awesome.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Aha. Okay. I thought there was something missing.
Mr. Throgmorton, I've encountered something.
What? I don't have all day.
Some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I learned that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible. And when you can't, keep your weapons handy.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
You know, the more I think about it, though, how could he not have been mentally conscious, because he did hide the body on top of doing a point-blank gunshot to the head. Screw it.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do you think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Hook, line, and sinker. Trophy that I just got.
I gave you clear instructions, did I not?
Alright. So, the bar's labeled. Let's say port. Definitely interesting. Interesting indeed. Alright, so... Lost at sea, Robert. Throgmorton gave me a key to the expedition's headquarters. Is northern cover side at the crossroad of Asher Road and Hubert Avenue? Asher Road and Hubert. Asher... So this is where it will get interesting, because we'll have to actually like pinpoint these locations. There's Asher Road and Herbert. I don't see a Herbert Ave. Oh, duh, it's right there. So it's over here somewhere. Whoop, wrong button. Place marker. That's where I would have to go. It's somewhere over here. So it's one of the things I'm actually really excited about for this game. The fact that it doesn't hold your hand a lot. In our dead octopus. But give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. I have to take care of my daughter. So, 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. Wait, I am back. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. But yeah, it's one of the things I'm definitely excited about for this game. It doesn't hold your hand with a lot of the things, so you have to kind of be an actual detective. That was one of the things that turned me on to this game. Dream of a giant maw eating him. That's kind of disturbing. Funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert was the only known survivor. He was subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition member, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
My diary part 1. I don't know what exactly sank the USS Cyclops. Only remembered the screams and the metal creaking, water filling the deck, and my headache. The worst I've ever had. I found myself among the floating seaweed and reached the shore of a small island. They found me on it later, starving, half mad and babbling about the ancient ruins and their denizens. The officials said none of what I thought I'd seen was real, but my memories are true. My strange powers gained after that ordeal prove it. I found something horrible on that island, something old and dark and slithering, and it still haunts me. Interesting. So he was on a military ship that sunk, and went, I guess, instead of drowning, he survived and got these weird powers.
Never again, they say.
All that we see or seen is just a dream within a dream. Alcohol shells. That is probably my DLC pack. So I did get the day 1 edition, for those that are curious. So I have access to, I forget what it's called, the meat grinder, something like that. Laudanum. Opium. Aha. Drug of choice back in the day. Yep, what'd you say?
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Oh, look at this. They have different coats. So, newcomer. Or we got the wind coat. Which actually kind of looks slicker. the gangster. It's kind of show they show you a preview. King's robe, so you could look like that Johannan dude. Day wear. I kind of like that more than the wind coat. Man of service. Fisherman. Police. Plague doctor, that's cool. So yeah, I think it's in the 1600s. I could actually have been wrong about all of it. Master sleuth. What the hell, cultist? Unlocked by DLC. This game has DLC already? Damn. Casual look. I'm gonna go the day wear. I just like the look. I like the leather look. Raids on Innsmouthers. The number of attacks on the Innsmouther immigrants has increased. Raids are intensifying with more and more Innsmouthers exposed to abuse and assault. Sometimes whole families are found dead in their houses. Police are on the case with several illegal Innsmouther businesses captured and their owners sent to jail. The city ought to have been cleaned of these fish-faced scum long ago, said Robert Throgmorton, head of the Throgmorton Grand family. I regret only one thing. It all started too late. Had we not neglected our civic duties, my son Albert would still be here with us. Note from J. van der Berg. I would hate to have to say that like every day. His long ass name. Mr. Reed, it seems that you overexerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef while you were unconscious. Please take more care of yourself in the future. I won't be there for you every time, Johannes. How nice of him. Go ahead and load these up. God knows we're gonna need them. Shell casings. Actually, probably keep my camera out. Now that I think about it, there might be stuff I have to take pictures of eventually. The nightmares. I boarded up the windows and locked the door. They are just men, the Yellow Kings gang. They can't get here now. Now there's only me and these nightmares. A little longer, and I'll figure them out.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already. The door won't budge.
Keep it down. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors. I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave. Your landlord. Wait, are we on the bottom floor? Okay, no, we're like in a mid-floor. Gunpowder. Sure, getting a lot. I wonder if we have a cap. Too many coincidences. Ugh. Butchered that word, huh? So the lighthouse is out. Several ships have gone lost at sea, and some are now decorating the city's beaches. That's one thing, but now there's an enterprising fellow at the city port hiring salvagers to recover ships. He's turning a tidy profit from selling them. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look into it. Now, if only this city wasn't so impossible to navigate. Looks a lot of the streets are flooded now. That is why he is saying that. It's an intense poster.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you, though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
Sorry, but who are you again?
You bang your head or something? I'm Victor Olmsted. I own the place. This place. The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really remember what happened, but I'll do my best.
Yeah? Well, next time it happens, you end up sleeping under the bridge like the other newcomers.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine. Take what you wish.
Letters from Oakwood. Note about the hobo signs. Oh man. Aaron, I think I'm finally starting to figure this out. Locals use signs to make special places that you know already, kinda like the street signs hobos use all over the country. What I learned is that the tradition dates back to times when before the flood. I've been able to find out the meaning of some of them. You've seen the crooked H-shaped sign on doors around town? That means that the house is inhabited. The cross-hatch grid shaped sign is for barricaded, dangerous places. Good catch there, they say. Still haven't figured out the spiral-shaped sign, though. You'll have to investigate for yourself. And if you see a sign with a cross and 3 Ks, reach for the gun. Okay? Interesting. So, there's going to be symbology in this game. We're going to have an important task for us. To my dear nephew, my dear Victor. How is Oakmont treating you? Should you require any support, the Blackwoods will be happy to help you. I have arranged for that. Regarding your question, I don't know where Robert went. Sadly, only that he did not stay in Innsmouth. Perhaps there is hope he didn't perish in that cursed raid. Take good care of the hotel, please. Plenty of our relatives were interested in the property, but you're still my favorite nephew. I know the Devil's Reef is in good hands. Kind regards, Aunt Portia. Portia. Words.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Sure you are, Mr. Grumps. Mr. Grumps? Walter, keep K help you if I hear you're peddling your cheap, affordable living again. I could live with you renting out beast-ridden flop houses, but you're cutting into my profit. Don't make that mistake. I know you're on the fish market, and I have dangerous people living here that I can send after you. You've been warned, Vic. So there's a lot of turf battling going on. That's a big shell. New fast travel point, Devil's Reef, unlocked. Alright, so we are exactly right there. We need to go up. There's a boat. That there is. Oh, it's just a map. Okay. That's cool. Diving.
Stop it.
So Curious to see if I'd like see any of those signs anywhere. What? That was weird. Oh man, there was a lot of stuff in there. Jeez. What the hell is that? Damn. Well, the pistol's definitely effective against them. Die. There we go. God, that thing was beefy. Foot trap. Well, I could see ammo being highly valuable in this, since they don't really give you a lot. I mean, like, super valuable. Definitely against that beefy creature. That was scary. Alright, nowhere to run. There is no point running away. That blasted, hollow-eyed freak always catches up with his grin, his long black coat, and those thin, crooked fingers. Clutching a gun, he's got a bullet with my name on it. I dodged it once. There won't be a second time. Okay, help me. I want to know what this K entity is, because it's definitely treated as a god in this game. Wow, 2 rounds. That's rough. Unfortunately, I don't know how to craft yet. Well, that was definitely not where we had to go. So that one had an H symbol, which means monsters infestation. It's good to know. Here's another loading screen. I like the little Cthulhu octopus symbol down there. Okay, so this is the expedition headquarters. Sweet.
Guess I don't need the key.
Dangers of diving. Divers with the bends can suffer from numerous symptoms, including pain, impaired movement, nausea, vomiting, and disorientation. Acute symptoms can occur within 10 minutes of surfacing and include paralysis. Wow, I'm really butchering my words today. Numbness, blindness, deafness, dizziness, seizures, confusion, or words coming out all weird. The paralyze. Yeah, paralysis. I don't know why I can't say that word today. Just tongue-tied today. And numbness can involve several different parts of the body at the same time. Good to know.
Someone smashed it beyond repair.
Music machine? Someone doesn't like music? Gunpowder. See, we're definitely getting enough. Maybe it's something it'll teach us later. Yeah, or that 20 gunpowder. Oh! Oh, I see right there. Damn, it's a bullet at a time. That's brutal. So you have to be really, really careful. Okay, now that I figure out the crafting system. Those eels? Or tentacles? Or is that just a giant octopus? No, those are eels. Hey, Chloe, cut it out. You. Being noisy.
Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Definitely pretty. How to protect. According to our data, the places with paranormal activity have a strong, previously unidentified influence on the human mind. We have prepared a list of solutions, including meditative practices and a supply of sedatives to prevent cases of madness among the expected members. I highly recommend discarding all those charms, amulets, and religious symbols, which are of no use, and applying these scientifically valid methods of protection instead. H-Do. So carrying religious items makes you go mad or something? Is that what he's trying to get at? So that kind of sucks. H. Doe, anthropologist. The Oakmont University Department of Anthropology welcomes the newest addition to its ranks, Professor Harriet Doe. Her brilliant discoveries about the origin of Inuit tribes have added a new page to the history book of humanity. Now Professor Doe will embark on a new expedition to hopefully shed light on the source of the flood, and in doing so shed light on what may yet be to come.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from.
Fisherman reports. Jeez. L. Sullivan and B. Morgan, local fishermen, report numerous large bubbles and an unbearable stench rising from the bottom of the sea. Bought a sample of a weird substance floating in the ocean from J. Harway. He claims he found it among the numerous dead and strangely deformed fish. The fish were taken for analysis. Several locals mention a rock that rose from the seabed, making the fog shine in different colors. The witnesses felt sick and dizzy for 2 or 3 days after the incident. L.P. Stern got severe burns after chiseling off a part of the rock in the basement. Samples taken for analysis. Words. Words today are not my friend. Does this one have... Nope. Well, nothing with the mind's eye, so let's check. Nope, Mind Palace is empty. They found an expedition. It was hired to find any other dead or alive. Huh. Doesn't say I found everything.
Guess I don't need the key.
Indestructible.
Map of Cape Cod. It looks like there was something here, but it's been erased. Map of Cape Cod. It looks like there was something here, but it's been erased.
Maybe I'm supposed to look at this again.
These samples glitter in a weird way. I wonder where they came from. Can't say I ever saw another shell like it.
Definitely might be a little lost.
Someone smashed it beyond repair. Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition? Are a few damp papers all that's left of the expedition?
Trippy. Definitely be a wicked game to play high at that point. Jeez. The following must be delivered to Grimhaven Bay no later than Friday. MKV diving suit 6, air tanks 4, canned food 18. So on, so on, so on. Research equipment 7. Air pipes 24. Whoa.
Guess this helmet's beyond repair.
Cargo manifest.
Grab the papers, smash the rest.
have time to pick it. Stand back. I fatah. Me fe I regach. I dagon.
So they never came upstairs.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Time to figure this out.
So, it was pretty obvious. Yeah. This one was one.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand back.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
3.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
I fatah. Me fe I regach. I dagon.
Nope. I was wrong. Thought that might have been last. Not the case.
We don't have time to pick it. Stand.
Grab the papers. Smash the rest.
I fatah. Me fe.
Burn it all. Make sure you get the adverts.
Several men broke into the expedition headquarters. What they didn't smash, they burned. The archives, even the newspapers.
So all the evidence was collected. The expedition archive is lost, but I still have clues to follow up on. They left the city on a freighter from Grimhaven Bay. There might be a recent posting or ads about the freighter in the Oakmont Chronicle. Is that a... Okay, so that is a newspaper place. Actually, this way would be the most efficient way to get there.
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
All right, I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland. Do you still want that interview? I got some time now, if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
I'm a private eye in Boston. The situation in the port was a good use of my skills.
Well, Detective Reed, I think you'll find our city has a lot of secrets, but people may not like you poking your nose in. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
Currently, I'm tracking down the source of the psychic phenomenon that's been causing madness and visions all across the country.
Ah, yes. It affected people here, but we were much more concerned with the flood. Though Robert Throgmorton sent an expedition.
Yeah, and then hired me to find it. Ironic, don't you think?
I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
Extra, extra. Trophy I just got. Archives. You'll often need to look for useful information within various city archives. Archives contain topical information. For example, City Hall holds general data about citizens and organizations, while info about specific categories of people, like criminals or patients, can be found in police or hospital records. In the casebook, evidence may have a hint icon indicating you need to do some archive research. In the archive interface, select the piece of evidence you wish to investigate, then choose the 3 criteria to search for relevant information. Cool. Oh, look at that. So this would be after the flood. People. Commoners, journalists, celebrities, definitely not officials, I would believe not. So commoners, section, front page, current events, articles and interviews, advertisements, current events, district, Grimhaven Bay. So, Haspy and Grimhaven Bay. Commoner. Current events. No information. So I got the Grimhaven Bay. Expedition archive is lost, but I still have clues to follow up on. They left the city on a freighter from Grimhaven Bay. They might be recent postings or ads. Ads, huh? Oop. So we know the district is definitely Grimhaven Bay. So, advertisements. Syndrome broke into expedition headquarters and destroyed everything on site. They burned most of the expedition archives, scientific research interviews with locals, freight and cargo manifestations. Journalist. Yeah, you can only have one. Maybe it's articles. Current events. Front page. Well, that didn't help at all, huh? So the archives are actually kind of tough to figure out. Might have to really reread. Nice. More ammo. Yeah, probably just missing like a key. It's probably maybe the area I need to look up to be more precise. But whatever it is, I will have to figure out in the next video, because sadly we are definitely done for now. Just look at the big city, it's awesome. Just awesome. Can't wait to get further in this game. So, kind of going to first impression, since probably won't be able to tap into this title again until next month. But basically, pretty impressed, honestly, enjoying the fact that they kind of put you in a detective's shoes. You're not just playing another, you know, atypical game where, like, Murder Soul Suspect was another detective-based game, but it didn't concentrate on the detective part too much, in my opinion. It was more about the ghostly abilities and stuff, because you were a ghost in that one. So definitely appreciate it. Definitely excited for this game. Oh, jeez. Looks like there's one more. And completed. Cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this and streaming it for you guys. I will be carrying this series until the bitter end. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I'm not gonna cheapen it. We're gonna go through the whole entire thing and enjoy the experience. This will be a slower series though, for those that are wanting to get into it with me. So just be prepared for that. It's not fast. Definitely what we have to deduce, where we have to go, definitely investigate situations to gain archive notes to learn where to go. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely going to be very intriguing and enjoyable. Yeah, honestly, my first impressions are pretty solid of this game. I can't really say anything bad about it. The controls are really easy. They don't bombard you with tutorials, because the beginning of the game has a tutorial sheet, and you can just do this. That's all the tutorials you'll ever need. So, not too bad. Definitely not too bad. So those following me on Twitch, I am going to be picking up on Days Gone a little bit later, but other than that, we will be done with this for today. Other than that, I'll see you later, Blades. Have a good one.